BOA?
BOA.
BOA?
BOA.
BOA Constrictor?
You got it. You got
BOA
it.
Boots.
Yeah, BOA Boots.
Here I am with Kevin Dreher, owner of Girk Ski and Cycle in Issaquah, Washington. We're here to tell you about the latest development in ski boots for 2024. Stick around to the end of this video because we have a bonus piece of equipment that you have to see. BOA?
BOA.
What's all the hype about?
Well, you know, BOA, everyone's heard of BOA. At least I think most people have heard of BOA because it's been around for, gosh, probably 20 years now. I remember my very first experience with BOA was on a wakeboard binding, had BOA on it. And I thought, wow, this is crazy. You know, it's a cable latching system where you basically turn a little knob and the cable tightens and it brings the fit around your foot. Pretty brilliant and very easy to operate. BOA's been around for many years, but this is the first year we get to see it in a plastic shell ski boot.
Wow. Yeah, that's really cool. You've seen it on biking shoes too.
Yeah, biking shoes.
Biking shoes,
hiking,
snowboard boots.
Snowboard boots.
Yeah. So now it's here. Which of these brands is carrying it now?
So the brands that we sell that have the BOA system is going to be K2, Atomic, and Salomon. I believe Fisher is another brand that has it as well. So these brands all embraced it. BOA is its own company, but they're working with the brand to design it for their ski boots. It's a little bit beefier, stronger cable system than what you're going to see in, say, a shoe that has the same BOA application, simply because it's a plastic shell. Skiers like to ski fast and they need durability. BOA did a really good job designing this to be strong, but the main goal is giving you the perfect fit.
So one of the things that comes to mind for me is, you know, when you have your ski boot buckles and you can completely take those buckles apart and you gotta work your foot to get in there.
Yep.
Can you still do that with BOA?
You still can. The nice thing about this boot is the way it opens up. It's got the twist fastening system, but when you want to open this up, if you pull it, it releases your cable and allows this boot to then open wide for you. So it makes it really easy to get into. Once you get into the boot, you're just gonna snap the button back down, the BOA button, and start to twist this guy, and you'll see this cable start to cinch. Now here's what's cool about this setup. 5 points coming across your instep versus 2 buckles, or in some cases it's 1 buckle, or whatever it might be. The beauty of this is you're bringing that distribution of pressure over the foot more balanced and even. Every one of these boots I've put on my foot and I'm blown away at how comfortable it feels just here in the shop. They ski amazing too. This whole design was built for durability, and it's easy to fix. If something were to happen, all of this stuff is fixable, just like a buckle is fixable. You know, sometimes we'll see a buckle that gets damaged from impact on like a root or a rock or something like that. You can replace all these parts just like you can a buckle, and it's very easy to do. So it's a great design. I think you're gonna see more of this in the future.
What about the skiers who have a performance fit on their boot and like to relieve the pressure when they go up the chairlift and they reach down to unbuckle it with their, you know?
That's a great question, Tim, because so many people, you get on the chair and boom, they're flipping their buckles open, or they're doing something, or they're trying to find a spot that's more comfortable to bring relief. The nice thing about BOA, there's 2 ways to give yourself relief if you need it. One, this is tightening it, but you can turn it back the other way to loosen it. Right? So very easy there.
And you can do that with gloves on.
You can do it with gloves. That's why they give you this big knob that has some kind of rubbery texture to it, so it's easy to grab. Or if you need instant relief, pull it and it releases wide open for you. So it's very easy to operate, and that's the beauty of the BOA design.
So maybe even more efficient than unbuckling those buckles when you go up on the lift.
I think so.
The other thing that I think about, I think this is probably not an issue at all. Does it stick out further than
a standard buckle?
Are you going through the trees or something?
Yeah, totally. That's a good question. I mean, if you look at that knob, yeah, compared to say a buckle that's laying flat, it might stick up a little bit. But here's the beauty. If this were to ever pop off, which these can pop off, you can take a screwdriver and pry it off. It is connected by the cable. So if it were to pop off, let's say you're like, oh my gosh, I think my BOA popped off. You can actually reach down because it's connected to the cable and snap it right back on.
Snap it back in. Okay, great.
Super easy.
That's fantastic. That's new for this year. I'm really excited that we've been able to showcase this here for people. Some of the other elements about these boots, you know, I noticed that, you know, here we're looking at this Atomic. that has a spring latch in the back.
Yep.
This has a screw thing, so I can adjust it.
Yep.
What are
well,
those?
so what we have here is we have your traditional resort style boot. This ski boot has, you know, a little bit of ramp angle and some forward lean to it. Where the boot with the latch, you're also going to notice it has these tech fittings here.
Yeah.
This is like the one boot that's going to do it all. If you want to ski in, say, the resort, but you also want to be able to go tour with your friends, it's a 2-in-1 style of ski boot. The tech fittings allows you to use your tech bindings to climb uphill with your skis, but it's also DIN compatible that will work with a regular resort binding. So it's like the one boot that's going to do everything you need it to.
Gotcha. So if you're a hardcore tourer, you're probably going to go get something a little bit different that's specific to that. But if you bounce between the resort and touring, that's a good option.
It really is. I mean, the true touring boot is going to be a very lightweight boot, but sometimes there's trade-off there. You know, the heavier, stiffer boot is going to ski a little bit better. So this is a good mix between the two.
Yeah, okay, great. When you go to try on boots at your local shop, boot fitting is an art form.
It is. It absolutely is.
And what are the considerations when we're thinking about how to get perfect fit? Because you don't want your feet to hurt when you're on the mountain.
Right. Make sure, you know, if you come into here at Gert's or you're going to your local ski shop, you want to make sure your boot fitter is taking certain steps. And that is, one, asking a lot of questions, right? They want to know where you ski, type of terrain you like to ski, how many days you ski. This is all good information to help guide you into the right boot. First thing when we bring boots out, we like to shell fit. We take the liner and we pull it out and we put your foot into the plastic shell without the liner. The reason we're doing this is we're looking at spacing around the foot. We want to make sure that that boot for your level of skiing isn't going to be too big or too small. Generally, a skier that is at an expert level and maybe skis 30+ days a year, we're gonna size them a little bit smaller in the shell. We're gonna put that foot in the shell and make sure that there's not too much spacing around the foot versus that skier that's maybe new to skiing or someone who only skis maybe 5 days a season and they're really just more of a intermediate, say, skier. We might go with a little bit more room around the foot to ensure that there's gonna be cushion comfort around the foot. So shell fitting, make sure your boot fitter is shell fitting your boot.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So, Kevin, we promised that there would be a bonus piece of equipment that we were going to show at the end of this video.
Yes.
Are you ready to show it?
Yeah. All right, you guys, so helmets and goggles, right? We're all familiar with them, how they work. You know, you've got your helmet, you got your goggle with your strap, you know, you've got your little attachment on the back here where you can kind of hook your strap up. And this is all great and fine. Like, you know, this is what we're used to, right? This is kind of put the goggle up here and get the strap, make sure they're not all folded and you know, wrapped around funny. So helmet, goggle, setup, right? I got something new to show you. That's pretty sweet, pretty cool. Tim, come on in here. Look at this, okay? Look at how sleek this is, first of all. He's got his helmet, he's got his goggles, but where's the strap? The strap is missing. Tim, show him how that thing pops up. This is amazing. Boom, just like that. And I'll tell you what, this helmet from Salomon is a game changer, right? There's been companies that have designed helmet and goggles that are compatible or built into one before, but the fit on this, I'm telling you, put it on your head. When you bring that goggle down, you get a really nice seal along the bridge of the nose and on your cheekbones, so not a lot of air is flying through and drying your eyeballs out. The design is amazing. I mean, you wouldn't even know that this is a goggle helmet in one setup. So it's super clean. The goggle lenses are great. They're photochromatic, so they're gonna change in the light. So if it's super sunny, they're gonna darken, and on those cloudy days, they're gonna brighten up. What do you think? How's that feel?
Oh man, this is incredible.
Yeah.
You go out there and you search for a helmet that has that perfect fit to your goggles, and do you get the helmet first or the goggles first, or you know, which do you do? Yeah. It's nice. I have a couple questions though, Kevin.
Yes.
When I travel, I'll specially pack my goggles.
Yep.
So that they don't get scratched or anything. Does this make it harder to travel, you know, because I have to keep it together with this?
Well, good question, because it all is together. It does come with a protective bag, which is really nice. Okay. You want to put it in that protective bag just to keep everything together. I see a lot of people store their setup like this, and you never want to do that, honestly. It's always best to kind of pull the goggle off because you don't want this getting scratched up. But because this comes with a protective bag, it's nothing to worry about, honestly.
Okay. You don't need to change lenses? Can you change lenses?
The beauty beauty is you can change lenses. So like, let's say you do get a scratch. You can get a replacement lens for this and pop that in. It doesn't come with them, but it is something you can purchase for the helmet.
Okay.
The fact that it changes colors though in the light is like those interchangeable lenses where it doesn't matter what the day is like, the lens is going to adapt to those conditions.
Yeah, I think one of the things when you're skiing, you know, preventing these gaps up here, you know, I'm assuming this setup as it is going to reduce the amount of times it's going to fog up inside.
Absolutely.
And one last question, when you're walking up to the resort and you have this up, you know, sometimes if there's a little bit of a gap up here and snow can get inside of your goggles, it's a little bit of a pain. It seems like with this integrated bit right here, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. There are little like covers that you can put on there, and a lot of people will do that too, add a cover just for extra protection. But honestly, the way this is built, they put a lot of thought into this. It's slick, it's smooth, and you don't have to worry about too many complications there.
I love it. This was the bonus product we were talking about. This is so
it's
cool.
Sweet. It's
There's
sweet.
a lot going on this year in skis. The boots with the BOA?
Yeah.
Come on,
I mean,
man.
All of it.
And the helmet. And then we talked about the skis. Thank you so much for checking out this video about the boots and the special helmet. Don't forget to check out our video on powder skis, the one ski quiver. And for the women out there, we did the women's one ski quiver too. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for checking it out. If you have more questions, reach out to Kevin and the team here at Gurk Ski and Cycle in Issaquah, or reach out to your local shop. Get ready. This season is going to be fantastic. I can't wait.
Me neither.
Thanks so much, Kevin. We'll talk to you soon.